Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday, November 18th, 2025 meeting of Grafton, Mass's Accessibility Advisory Commission. I'm Roger Trahan, the chair, and I call this meeting to order. And first and foremost, because we're meeting by Zoom, I will ask for a roll call just to make sure everyone can hear okay and be present in that way. So Tracy Sharkey,
Aye.
Christy Proctor,
Present.
Paul Letourneau,
Hello.
Roger Trahan here. Okay. All right. I'll jump right into announcements. But first, Christy, did you get the Word version?
Yeah, I'm all set.
All right, awesome.
Yep, ready to go.
As I noted in last month's meeting, there remain two Accessibility Advisory Commission vacancies with terms expiring June 30th of 27 and 28. And a friend of mine was interested, and I'm going to follow up with her on one of those terms. But right now there haven't been any bites. And I don't know if part of this is that people wouldn't just intuitively know how to get there. There's so many different layers in the town website to get to committee vacancies. So I'll just try social media again with like All Things Grafton and Grafton Rise and maybe even calling attention to it at a select board meeting or something.
How about on Grafton Patch?
Yeah, that's a good idea too. So I mean, I'll continue on that front.
Would anyone, have we thought about maybe asking Rob to come back?
I don't know.
I don't know
We
if he's healthy enough, or I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's have this as a side conversation.
Okay.
And yeah.
Maybe we can spotlight it on the landing page of the town.
Mm-hmm.
If people
True.
are having a little issue navigating exactly where where they can see the vacancies.
Right.
Just the first homepage.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And I know that on a quarterly basis, the select board puts something in the Grafton News and on the town website as a sort of APB. So, like, hey,
All points bulletin.
there's a lot of
Yes.
there's a lot of committee vacancies. I mean, I'm not going to point this out, but there's one committee that hasn't been able to meet for just either lack of membership or lack of a quorum. And so anyway, we'll tackle this. We've never had two vacancies, I think, at any one time, certainly not for any length of time. Anyway, second announcement, Grafton Police Department. I saw this on their Facebook page. Don't know her last name, but Lexi, who's a master's level co-response clinician for mental health crisis calls, is now on board. And so welcome, Lexi. I think this is a first for Grafton. So, I'm looking forward to seeing how this works out. So Grafton Rec Department, by the way, announcements / reminders. So I took some liberty, and some of these things aren't necessarily announcements as they are reminders regarding Grafton Rec Department over time with Adam Lapointe at the helm has really enhanced adaptive, inclusive programming and really gotten really elicited public input regarding and people requesting certain programs, being part of those programs, as well as that enhancing the web site to really call attention to that uptick. So I would welcome folks to go on the town website and check out the enhanced offerings of the Grafton Rec Department. So Grafton celebrates a holiday, Sunday, December 7th. Starts at 10 a.m.
Oh, that's a day that will live in infamy.
Infamy. Well, yeah, I know, right? December 7th. So all right, so I loved when it used to be paper. Remember the paper handout in the fold? But right now it's all computer, but there's a wheelchair icon which signifies accessible spaces or at least accessible entrances. And so that will be welcome. I know I always bop around town and stuff my face with donuts and cookies and stuff, but the I'm glad that you can use there's a QR code and you can see, all the venues and which ones at least have an accessible entrance. And finally, and this is actually a follow-up, this is kind of old business. And I was remiss in putting it on the agenda, but it's a reminder, dementia-friendly Grafton. And that arose out of a July 21st, 25 pledge. And then there was the designation in September. And so if you could just touch upon that one more time, Tracy, and I know you sent me documents and some links, and I'll put it on next month's agenda, but if you could just touch upon that once again.
Yeah, sure. So we received the designation through some training and sharing of information, educational information through the Council on Aging, and the Dementia Friendly Grafton brochure is available on our website. And there's an action team that's dedicated group of community members that were involved in kicking this off. And also, we have a slideshow presentation that I'll be presenting at our next meeting. And then we are going to try to set up a training for the public, open to the public, at the library. So that's a fun thing. I think we were going to pick some night that is, well attended, and it's just bringing awareness to dementia and interacting with someone that has dementia.
And noting that the library does close at 8, so we'd probably want to make that like maybe a 6 o'clock meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, 6:30 sometimes those kind of push the envelope, especially if there's a lot of mingling about and Q&A. Whereas
Yeah, the representative that was there, she's willing to do the presentation and the training at the library. So it's probably about an hour-ish.
Okay.
I'll have to double check that with Shannon, but
All right.
I think I remember it being about an hour.
Now we have a budget. I think our budget's like 700 right now from accessible parking fines. And so we can sort of incur these things and recommend to the select board that they pay the bill. So we oversee the funds, and then the select board would vote to actually set that in motion for payment. So we can sort of host speakers and pay reasonable fees because it's related to the charge of the commission.
Okay, I don't think that there would be a fee associated with the presentation,
Mhm.
but if you wanted to have refreshments for the attendees, could be something that would be nice.
All right.
Like
And
tea and coffee, that
And
sort
I,
of thing.
I will have to look at the refreshment policy of the library. I'm on the library trustees, but I don't know it like the back of my hand. But there's a policy regarding serving food, so we'd have to abide by that. So
Or not do anything.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean, the brochures could be printed, the
right.
paraphernalia, and the presenter would be willing to do the presentation and the training and then issue the certificates via email.
And we
So,
could even record that if we want as a public meeting. I
mhm.
mean, we could record
You
that
could,
for playbacks
yeah,
on GCTV. So
yeah. And then anyone interested could participate and not get a certificate, but still participate.
yes, awesome. All right. Anyone else have any announcements that I may not have covered? Okay, moving to external correspondence. There was nothing in town hall. Whenever I'm in the neighborhood, we have a thing outside the town clerk's office, all the mailboxes, and there was nothing there. But on November 6th, from the Mass Office on Disability, the November newsletter came up. Now, Did I forward that to everyone? I thought I did. Or does that come directly to the commission?
I got it.
All
I
right,
think
then
it
am
comes directly to us.
okay, all right, so
Yeah.
everyone got that. And I don't know if the select board town administrator's office received that at all. And I'll double back with MOD um to have maybe other recipients on that distribution list, uh, not just us. I always find the links and the information to be useful. But anyway, all right, meeting minutes. As a redundancy and an incorrect reference, I once again repeated August, what was actually the 12th. I have listed the 13th. I repeated that inadvertently. We actually voted on the the meeting that didn't exist. And I
Right.
saw that
Mhm.
Christy, you had uh,
Yeah.
sent that, and it's actually on the website as minutes received. So
Yeah.
we can just pass over that.
Okay.
And do I have a motion to approve the draft minutes of our meeting of October 14th, 2025?
I make a motion
All right.
that we
Do,
accept that.
do I
And
have
I'll
a second? Who was that?
I'll second.
Okay. Motion made by Paul, seconded by Christie. Do I have any discussion on the motion?
Would you like me to share them?
Sure.
Okay, let's see if this can happen. It says I can. And nope, I need to send a request. So when you're ready, let me
All
know.
right, hold on a second. Okay. There you go.
Okay. So I have it just set up so that we're looking at the first page with the announcements. Here we go. Thank you. Okay,
Okay.
I can make them larger for us.
Please.
Sure.
There you go.
Okay. I know I don't have any recommended changes to these. Oh, you know what?
So, so there's our meeting minutes from August 12th, but you said they're August 13th. Which one is?
No, there were, okay, so I had inadvertently put the wrong date, but it's a moot point because it was actually August 12th and we approved those. And now they're posted on the town website.
Okay, okay.
So everything's fine there. Yeah, one change is that on any set of minutes where there was a Zoom component, you need to put the Zoom link underneath the date.
So, yeah, because I usually remove all that stuff.
Yeah, and it's a requirement that it stays.
Okay.
That in other words, the location of the meeting needs to be
Happened.
included.
I lost everybody.
Oh,
I didn't do anything either. Okay,
Can you
email,
see us
phone.
now?
I can't see anybody.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Then don't worry about it.
Okay.
all right. We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So,
So for this meeting, I'll make sure I get it in.
yeah, and one of the things that's interesting is the town clerk will usually notice those things, where similar to needing the location on the agenda, you need to put the physical and or Zoom link locations as well. So did Tracy just walk away? Yeah.
So, right now, I'm just gonna show this to you real quick. So right now, Roger, this is how it comes across. And then I remove usually everything at the top. Should I just remove everything from the link down?
I I guess because the thing is that because it's after the fact, all of this detail is just alerting people in advance of the meeting how to access it.
Okay,
But I think that it may be, I think it's 6 of one, half dozen of another.
well, or do you just want me to put a Zoom, Zoom meeting?
No, you have to put the link if you know Zoom.
Okay, then I'm good.
I think it's permissible just to delete everything
Yeah,
except the Zoom link, because
Yep.
the Zoom link shows what the Zoom meeting number was.
yeah,
And all the other stuff seems to be extraneous yet, well, after the fact, but pertinent in advance of the meeting if you can't link from the Zoom link. So
okay, all set.
thank you so much. So
I can do that.
does anyone have any other input on the draft minutes?
You can see I'm back, right?
Yes, Paul, thank
Okay.
you. So,
It's a pain in the,
yeah,
yeah.
so any other input on the draft minutes? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of approving the draft minutes with the Zoom link now included, Tracy,
Aye.
Christie,
Aye.
Paul,
Aye.
Roger, I declare the motion carried for nothing unanimously. Okay, old business. So Grafton Public Library accessibility, I don't have an update, but I put that as a placeholder. And I think, although I put signage, Tracy, were you taking the signage piece or not? I forget.
Yes, I can do that. I'm still in the investigation phase.
Okay,
I
thank
did
you.
speak with the new library director today.
Katrina, I'm meeting with her
Yes.
tomorrow. Yeah,
So she is following up with me about a couple things. And so I did say if she could look in her commissioning binder for that signage, and that we would like to review that sign before anything's done with that.
okay,
So
awesome.
she's aware. I believe she took notes as we were speaking. So she is going to be looking into it, and hopefully we can locate the information on the
Right,
size and whatnot. I believe that will have to go in front of the Grafton Common Historic District as a sign.
yes,
So,
yes, it
and
will.
I'm not sure if it is going to fit within the allowable signage in our sign bylaw also for the zoning
Okay.
bylaw.
Is it the size or,
It is the number of signs
oh,
allowed in that zone. So I just have to double check on exemptions.
mhm.
And
As
What-
far
I'm
as,
sure you guys have a lot of signs there. There's
yeah,
directional, there's exceptions for directional and informational signs. So
mhm.
once I get a photo of it, I'll be able to make a determination.
Right. Oh, thank you so much. And I think that in this case, and the nuance here also is that the signage is calling attention to those who can't ambulate up the stairs. In other words, the
Correct.
primary, yeah,
Yes.
it's like you need to go to the accessible entrance. And so
Yes,
hopefully
that there is
accessibility is,
one. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Could I,
And
wait, hold on. Could I just ask Katrina's last name for the minutes?
Ireland hyphen Bilodeau,
Ireland hyphen what?
Bilodeau.
Bilodeau.
So IRELAND hyphen BILODEAU. And Katrina's with a K.
Thank you.
So, and then I think the accessibility, I need to follow up on the door, if any door issues remained regarding it closing, the inside door closing before you get to it.
Yes.
But I think there's also there's also a secondary button in the foyer, right?
Mhm.
So you have to press it twice.
I've already reviewed the timing and it is compliant.
Oh,
The
it is.
issue is the weight of, did we lose Paul? The weight of the opening. Oh, no, he's there. Okay. But I did double check that timing.
Now, what is the timing in seconds?
Well, the way that it's designed, because it's a
Excuse me.
vestibule, and the distance is a certain distance, it's
Oh.
within the allowable time. So you're not supposed to be able to make it through the first and
Oh.
second door at one shot, even though they
S-
both open.
Oh,
Yeah,
so we were sort of on kind of all operating under a false premise here.
yes.
Okay, gotcha. All
I
right, well,
don't know what the oversight was for that door situation there.
so maybe it's just a matter of making sure that the inside door doesn't open
I
at the
don't
same
know
time.
what yeah, because I mean, that would help with the weather conditions.
Right, right.
The other issue was where the security, barrier is. So you go, if you're in a wheelchair, you're waving your hand, then you need to go to all the way to the other side, the opposite door. So, around that barrier. So that's another interesting thing about that. So it's kind of like when you're in the interior of the library, you're queuing it to open, but then you have to go around a structure to
Oh,
get
right,
out,
right.
the
Okay,
security. So I don't, I'm not 100% on that.
okay. We can follow up. I mean, as a trustee, I can look into that as well
Okay.
and see what the practical applications are and whether people are having any difficulty navigating that space.
Yeah, I haven't been aware of any complaints.
Okay. All right, moving on to outstanding meeting minutes. I got a follow up from the town clerk regarding various outstanding meeting minutes from 20 to 25. I haven't dug into that yet. I think some of them may be like, like when we have a function like Big Truck Day or National Night Out, and we put a provisional placeholder in case there was a quorum. And I know that there were some that were taken down, because Christy, you had called attention to the clerk that you showed that there were certain dates that ones I think that were in 2023 or 22 that are now up there that are off the list, but I'll have to dig into that
And
and s-
I think I do have one set still to do. And
oh,
she sent me something a month ago and I apologize.
okay.
I'll get to that this month.
Do you want was I copied in on it? If not, could you forward it to me as well, just so I have it as
Sure.
on a punch
Is
list?
is it a
Can I
September
tell you,
or an October?
honestly,
Oh,
everyone, a lot of committees are, there's some committees that just approved minutes from 2016, 2017. I mean, the AG's office kind of bears down, and the town clerk is kind of operating partly on the function of pressure from the Attorney General's office. So,
here it is. It was sent to all of us
oh,
on 11/3. That's not so bad. I thought it was last month, like I was really late, but
right.
I'll forward that to you right now.
All right, thank you. Grafton Town meeting on 10/20. There was nothing that was just a follow-up to an item that was in advance of town meeting to discuss or put as a placeholder in case there were any warrant articles that were accessibility related. And I know we approved the master plan, and I don't know what accessibility items are in that 150-page document, but I don't even think town meeting had the jurisdiction to approve or disapprove that. I think that was a planning board thing, but seemed to be a sense of the meeting vote that was voted very overwhelmingly yes. I would welcome everyone to read that document to see, just as a refresher, to see what areas might be our focus regarding accessibility. Okay, next item 4D, ADA Self-Eval Transition Plan, Municipal and School. So when Mr. Berger departed, he'd been keeping a running tally of the Excel spreadsheet. So Tracy, do you have an Excel sheet from your predecessor?
I do.
All right, sort of as a punch list. it's very lengthy and wide. It has a lot of columns. That was when Matt Offen was the select board rep, and he did a great job transferring what was a Word document into Excel.
Mm-hmm.
And so certainly that may be expanded, but I guess we could just kind of keep tabs on that as to what may be worth putting on the capital budget and or uh, Mass Office on Disability Municipal Grant Program to continue chipping away at some of the bigger items that may remain. And I need to follow up with the school committee regarding and I'll CC the superintendent regarding the school district had a plan, I want to say in 22 or 23-ish. And I thought that it was once on the school district's webpage, but I did not locate it. So I would like to have that prominently looked at as far as some action items. So I think
So I
that there,
do, yeah, I do have, would you like me to share my screen or do you want me to circulate that to the commission?
you could circulate it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And we did, as a town, apply for the municipal grant and we did put a couple items on there. So we are continuing to look at the municipal center, senior center
Right.
improvements. I
Right.
don't, I'd have to get back to you on the school improvements. I thought they were also being looked at, but
Well, they had an eval. There was a document
yeah, I've seen the document. I just don't,
that I
I have the
think
master list here
of what
of,
of municipal or school.
yeah, municipal.
Okay. So on the school end, I thought that, and I may be using the wrong term, business manager for the district went in front of, I don't know if it was a joint meeting of the school committee and select board, but I think there's $200,000 that may be slated in FY27 coming up for accessibility um, work. So, but during that meeting was a few months back, the nature and extent of those was not detailed. I don't know what buildings and what needs to be done on that front. So I want to read that document. I'm overdue. I guess we're overdue on reading it and actually possibly weighing in with our uh, recommendations or our help regarding any grants or any other municipal funding, capital items and things like that to really push for that to be chipped away. And I think of the playgrounds too. A lot of those are not accessible, and that can be a big money item. Paul?
Wasn't it the ramp near the senior center in the municipal building? Wasn't that a question that it seemed like it was falling apart and they were talking about repairing that? Or am I wrong?
Yeah,
I think,
no, you're right. Tracy,
We have applied for the municipal grant money to replace that ramp
wasn't it
again.
Good.
about $100,000?
Mhm.
There was a thought that the price tag was going to be 100K.
I had a repair price about 40,000,
Oh, it
but
was for, okay.
we may need to actually, depending on
replay.
what they find, yeah, full replacement. So it was an inappropriate pour during the time.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Tracy, you and I had spoken about that it's the same, I think, timing and such as the one in the back. And like that's fine. And so,
Yep, it was the mix, I believe.
okay.
So,
All right.
but it will be eventually repaired.
Okay.
There is some debris, that gets cleaned up once in a while, but functionally, it's still serving the purpose.
Is it flush? Is there any
It's flush.
trip
It's just,
risk for
um,
tripping or?
no, the edges are crumbling.
All right.
So
So are the railings though,
they're,
compromised?
they're solid at this
Okay.
time.
Okay,
Mhm.
good. All right.
Mhm.
All right, cool. And, so old business, I don't have any other old business. Anyone have any other old business? Yes, Christie.
We need to buckle up and get ready for this digital accessibility compliance under Title II as a municipality. I just want to tell you right now, the cost for a digital accessibility audit is going to have everybody's back teeth swimming.
All right. So is this WCAG 2.2?
2.1.
2.1? Is 2.2?
We're all the community colleges. We meet about this every other week. And I think we still need to bring this up to the select board. I don't know, Tracy, if you talk about this with the other ADA compliance officers, but this is going to be a big deal. And we need to get on it sooner rather than later because it's slow. It takes
Right.
time. We're going to have to do an RFP. We're going to have to get quotes. We may have to have demos. We're going to have to define scopes. And you don't have, as a town, one CIO who's in charge of everything for the town and the schools.
And we have 4 different websites. We have municipal, schools, police, and library. And
Mhm.
I mean,
so,
it's, you know, and the digital consultants out there are all right now helping the colleges
right.
and the industries, but we're really going to have to come up with a plan quickly. Tracy, have
Right.
you heard anything at all from other colleagues across the state?
No, no, I have not. And I did notify William and I requested some information. And, Civic Plus is who hosts our webmaster, who hosts our page. And from what I gather, we are compliant. So
So everybody is sending compliant emails that are all accessible to screen readers. So our social media posts are all alt tagged. And all our videos are closed captioned and audio descripted. I mean, like, it's so deep. I know the answer is going to be no to that. So I'd be very careful about someone who might glibly say yes, because I don't think we're ever going to achieve 100% compliance, but
Let me ask you this, because we don't have a full, because we are not a city, and I'll use Worcester as an example. And they have a DEI, as part of their DEI office, an accessibility officer. Partnering, excuse me, partnering with, or leaning on Worcester's Accessibility Advisory Commission to see what they have done. As far as, not to copycat them, but what's that saying about this, the
You don't wanna
sincerest
reinvent
form
the
of
wheel.
clarity? Right, exactly,
Well,
yep.
if you want to reach out to Kevin Levancy, who's their DEI person, he might have some information. And
And
Tara,
I know Bob Bureau's a chair, I think currently.
yeah, because I was going to say, I don't know who I remember who was there during COVID, but anyways, if you can look into that, because
Okay,
it's just, it's a bigger, we're not going to be in compliance by April 26th. We're still negotiating
is
with,
that the deadline?
yeah, for us. And we're negotiating with unions because it's going to impact faculty and the way people do their jobs.
Okay,
And, there's just a lot to this. Now, I don't know if AFSCME is the big union for municipal employees, and then is it NEA or AFT, whatever, in the schools?
mhm.
They're gonna be personally liable for what they do. And so they're gonna require training, which is going to cost money. So there's just a lot to this. Our fear is that if we're not in compliance, that funds will be withheld,
Okay,
federal funding.
Well, they're very good at withholding money anyway.
So
Yeah,
you're referring to your own employer, correct?
yeah, but
Okay.
this is going probably in many different directions, but
Okay.
that's why I bring it up. So Tracy, if you can just, I don't know if you have a monthly meeting with the mass, um, you know, the compliance officers across the state, or if there's, I don't know. I don't know
Is
what
it,
your
is,
collegial organization version would be for municipalities, but whatever that organization is.
I do not have a meeting with any organization, but William Blake, our assistant town administrator, he is the one that is in charge of our website. So I'm just looking when I first asked him about it, but I have a couple contacts that I can certainly reach out to and see what they're doing.
all
Okay.
right.
So
So do you want me to reach out to Weston and then you'll reach out?
sure.
Right. All right. And so Tracy will look into it as well. So is there a sort of, not a bucket list or a checklist or a database? Who keeps track of these things? So like here we are meeting tonight and we don't want to reinvent the wheel. So we are looking to find out, okay, Mass Office on Disability, federal level stuff.
I'm
To
surprised
say,
Mass Office of Disability isn't coming out with anything, but then again, we were waiting to see if the Department of Higher Ed would come out with anything, and instead we're all the 15 community colleges, we all have to do our own thing. No one's helping us.
okay,
Yeah.
so you're just going off in different directions.
Yep. And we tried to do things as a group, but everybody has, unfortunately, everyone has such different software and plans implemented at their campus.
Okay,
Like this person has Canvas, this person has Blackbird, this person has Noodle. Like you just can't, one size doesn't fit all. And that's the unfortunate thing that we lack as a system, is that we're very
okay,
independent. And this is where it bites us in the wallet, you know.
right, okay. All right, we'll
Okay.
I'll reach out to Bob, Tracy, you reach out to whoever your contacts have been, um, and then work from there.
Okay.
And you're saying that there's an April 20, when you say 4/26, did you say you're not referring to a day of the month, you're referring to 4 of
No,
2026
I'm referring to April 26th,
of 26?
2027
Oh,
for towns and
27. Oh,
municipalities. Yeah, but
okay.
it's,
It takes time.
it takes 2 years, so we're already
Okay.
behind.
Okay.
Like we're already behind, so.
It's gonna get
Okay.
here very soon.
Yes. Okay.
So that just want to bring it back on the radar.
All right. And I'm going to add something. I'll put this under new business. Anyone have any other old business? All right. So new business items, and I'm not expecting you to do this verbatim, Christy, but there's been the town of Grafton and other folks have forwarded this on social media that the grand opening is tomorrow, Wednesday, November 19th
right.
at 10 a.m. for the outdoor fitness court, which is outside of the Council on Aging side of the building at the Municipal Center. And it was developed by the town and as well as Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts and the National Fitness Campaign to expand free access to high quality workouts and create equitable access to exercise for communities across the region. So we're one of 15 campaign partners, having built a network of fitness courts across the state. So there's all different like stuff to work out with for different levels and different levels of access, folks with different
Ability.
ability. Thank you. So it's kind of neat. I think it's covered, right? Is that covered, Tracy? Do you know? Does that have like a covering? I mean, it's not indoors, but doesn't it have I haven't been up there.
There is a little pavilion type of roof
Okay.
feature.
Okay.
I don't believe it's over the entire thing.
Right.
Just
So
There's a
it's,
little pavilion on the side there.
so winter and inclement weather, you got to be kind of hardcore, but
Yeah,
there's, you never know. You can have some mild days and such. And I guess we'd look forward to the warmer weather. I think
Yeah.
it will get a lot of use.
yeah, we have the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Anyone else have any new business? All right. The next meeting is Tuesday, December 9th at 6:30. And I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right, motion made by Paul. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by Paul, seconded by Christie to adjourn. All those in favor by roll call. Tracy,
I.
Christie,
Aye.
Paul,
Aye.
Roger, I declare the motion carried unanimously for nothing. At 7:21, this meeting is adjourned.